It's too early for that shit.
Hey, on that note, welcome to Thinking Critical. This is Perch, and we've got a weird situation going on. Wes, our host, lost power like 1 minute before we went to go live. So we're going live, and then I think he's going to hopefully join in about 10 minutes. Strangest opening yet, but, you know, why not? It's on brand. We've got a amazing crew here today. Of course, we have Doc, but we have the RAGS crew here. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm doing the weirdest cross between what I normally do and what Wes does right now. It's my signature, no prep, anything. But we'll just kind of roll with it. How are you guys doing? Thanks for all in one place coming on. I think this has not happened very often.
No, this is like the first time we've been together like in 2 years.
Yeah.
You've just been focusing on putting out comics, as it turns out.
Oh yeah, you know.
It's kind of
Doing
what
the
we
same.
signed up for, yeah, I guess.
I didn't think that was what this is all about.
No, it was honestly about getting Liz to not sue me for using her face, and then it just spawned into this thing.
I kept telling him no.
No, I mean,
Like,
I mean, I thought it was a great idea. I was like, man, if we just get her to not sue us.
I love how like low you set your expectations for that. It wasn't even for me to be okay with it. Just don't take legal action, which, let's be honest, is a very inconvenient thing to do in the first place.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I was poor at the time, so it was like I really couldn't afford even to say help for a lawyer, so it was a shot in the dark. I'm glad I landed that Hail Mary, that's all.
You took a leap of faith.
that's
A
all.
drunk one, but
Oh yeah, there was like 4 shots before I sent that TM.
oh my god. I'm pretty sure it
Here
was
we
more
go.
than that.
Yeah, so who all's drinking, by the way? Wes was drinking, but he's not here now. Doc, you have a screwdriver, you said?
Yeah, I'm drinking a screwdriver. It's a good morning drink.
Direct adult orange juice.
Yep.
But for the rest, I mean, we're all on the West Coast, the rest of us, right?
No.
no.
Yes.
All right, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
No, I'm in the
Brian's on
center
the
of
West
continent.
Coast. Brian's on the West Coast. Liz is over here with me, and on the East Coast, and Trent's in the middle of the goddamn country.
You threw me off for a second. You're like, Liz is with me, and I was.
No, not like
I
with-
looked around the room I was in. I was
Wait a
like,
minute.
what did I do?
I mean, it's 7 a.m. here. I am drinking, but still, it's 7 a.m. I'm just saying.
Ryan Wilson says, "What a bunch of alcoholics." And honestly, you're only an alcoholic if you go to meetings.
That's
I'm
true.
just a drunk.
Yeah. I prefer Lush. It sounds a lot less problemy.
Yeah,
We call them soaks up here, but you know.
that's the classy way. I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Wes, like I said, he's got a fire or no power or all those at once. It sounds like his power is coming back. He should be in here in a second, and it will be returned to normal. I'll quit awkwardly trying to host this, but I did before. I wanted to ask you guys a question. And this is going to be the cheesiest fan question of all, but you can have fun with it. Let's say you were to take over some other comic, like but you're going to do it completely in your own way. Some existing known comic. What comic would that be? What would you guys take over?
Spawn. Operator is Spawn. No questions asked.
Well, that was easy.
Oh yeah.
So you probably heard me pitch this one before, but I would take over Squirrel Girl.
See, that was what I was expecting. Something like that.
So check this out. I've had this for like months, actually years. So I would have Mr. Sinister capture Squirrel Girl and clone her and turn her evil, and then unleash her on the Marvel Universe, where she captures all the male heroes and turns them into squirrel versions of those heroes.
I kind of love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds goofy as fuck, but what happens when you take a joke character that's allegedly unbeatable, turn them completely evil, and the only person in the world that can beat them is themselves, but they've already been defeated by Mr. Sinister. So
Yeah.
I think it's a nice twist.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's more goofy than what they do now. No, not. That would be great. That would be a good plot.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm I'm the master of taking something really ridiculous and turn it into, let's just call it magic, like
Black Nito. Perfect
oh yeah, Black
example.
Widow or
Yeah.
Liz and I's secret project.
Yeah.
This is gonna be so good.
I'm so happy.
My God.
I can't believe we got that blessing too. It's like this,
Oh,
Please
I
don't
was-
what
I-
are you talking about?
I got to be you.
right? That's how it felt.
Can we
That's
do this?
exactly
Just
how
please
it
don't
felt.
sue us.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's so funny.
Yes. Oh, I got the plot outlined and everything. I'm taking this super, super serious.
Oh my God.
Good, because I mean, it's not every day you get a yes like that. I mean, maybe it is for you. I don't know. I don't
I
know
mean,
your
I'm
life,
batting
Brian.
2 for 2, so I'm at 100.
Excuse me, that was my ask. So
Holy shit.
I get that one.
Oh boy.
Fine, we'll go halfsies on that. So I'm like,
Okay. Deal.
So I mean, I'm just so the San Diego Comic-Con. I was going to come down there. We're going to drink. We were going to live stream it. So we have to do this live at some point.
oh yeah, for sure.
With basically with alcohol. People can only trust that I'm drinking right now.
Well, everyone knows I'm drinking. I mean, that's kind of par for the course whenever I live stream.
Yeah. Well, sure. Yeah, fair enough.
That's true.
So how long are you guys going to keep going with the series?
And there's the cocaine.
Oh, for a long time.
Well, okay. Do I have to answer this one?
Yep.
Yep.
And we're all staring at you.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
We're
I-
watching
I-
my second screen intensely.
No, I kind of feel Liz's mom's like knife at the back of my neck at this very minute
Some
because
other
I was
thought.
told to never stop. So what's happening right now? We're working on finishing up like what we have done, and then we have a couple of extra side things that we're gonna go. That's gonna be like Patreon only. We have that crossover with Black Hops and Punchline that we're gonna start working on next. I have the Sailor Rogoski side project. If you guys see me tweet that out every now and again, and then we have thanks to a certain group of individuals, Black Needle's Revenge, which I need to get tweaked here. I don't know how long that's going to be, but that should be good. But after all that, we're going to go into the Justin Bieber arc.
Season 2 of RAGS.
Yep. I don't know if AP is going to want to touch this one, but it's definitely going to be good.
I hope so. I mean,
Why wouldn't they?
it's.
I mean, legal reasons.
it's.
Now
I
they're
mean, we
gonna-
could just name him Justin Beaver and avoid all legality, but it kind of takes the piss out of it, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
New piss in though.
Ooh.
I mean, I go against. I mean, we piss on like everybody from like the Kardashians, Emma Stone, not Emma Stone, the other girl from the Wizard thing.
Emma Watson.
Yeah, that chick. I can.
I was gonna say I could not get behind being mean to Emma Stone.
I could. I would have no problem with it.
No, she's a sweetheart.
She really is a delight.
But yeah, that was that one, and then who else? Ariana Grande, the Chris that beat Rihanna, whoever his name was.
Brown.
What?
Sure,
Chris Brown.
Chris
Yeah,
Brown.
sure. But yeah,
What the fuck?
The Chris that beat Rihanna.
The Chris. Yeah, it's better when we.
I mean, there might be more than one for all we know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What? Okay.
I mean, who am I? Sorry, but yeah.
I'm still stuck on this Justin Bieber thing where it's like a tattooed, funny haircut beaver with the pop star.
Oh man, you have no idea. You have no idea. Let's just say, you remember that scene that we had with Operator killing people with the Lady Gaga?
Yes.
Okay, so there's another scene that's very similar, but it's done to Mother Lover by Lonely Island.
Mhm.
And I'm not lying. It took, God, how long did it take us to get that choreographed, Trent? Like 2 months?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's about like 2 months to get this like perfectly timed and choreographed and moved. within the script itself, like right to the story beat. So it's gonna be amazing to see what Luigi pulls out of his hat with this one. Just stopping by to say hi to Lord. Ryan Wilson says, I mean, he said guns and objects called shootings when a lot of people say movies and violence, blah, blah, blah. Red Elk Entertainment wondering where the hell is Wes? Wes caught on fire.
What
Too much fire in this live stream.
It tends to happen when the three of us get together. It's kind of, we start producing heat and
yeah.
Like the bees.
the bees were the wasp killers.
Wes should come soon. Hopefully, everybody can get out of this nightmare with me. But soon.
Ooh,
Yeah, nobody sends super chats. It's all going to go to Doc.
No, please send more super chats.
No, send it to my
I
PayPal.
don't want any money. I don't want money from this.
I'm in a serious drug shortage over here, so.
Oh, okay.
Poor man. The wee man just can't get out of the house, huh?
Last drug I took was not a good experience, let me tell you.
Does this whole quarantine thing make for good topic for comics? Like, could you make a storyline out of this? I mean, you're doing.
I mean, it's basically a zombie apocalypse at this point.
Yeah, the zombies can go outside. I mean, they can.
They have been.
They can shop for pants. Like,
Can they though? Well, they can't shop for toilet paper, or hand sanitizer.
They could. It's available. I mean,
you can make your own hand sanitizer. All I'm saying.
Who was it? Trent? Was that you? Because I think the minute like hand sanitizer and toilet paper got like all sold out, I was like, look, see, pants being gone makes absolute sense now, doesn't it? I'm not crazy.
Oh yeah,
it was validation.
I got it.
Like this whole plague and response has just been nothing but validation for me, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, no, it fits. Man, I've been holding off with this the actual news stuff to talk about, but I mean, we could take a shot at it.
Yeah, sure.
So Marvel closes digital shops. Who cares? Anybody?
Nah. I mean, they don't pay.
Okay.
They actually tried to steal my artist at one point. So
sure did.
Bastards.
Okay. Very good.
At you, Joe Quesada.
I think we should talk about that because that's actually interesting. They actually tried to get a good artist.
Hey,
for a change. Hey, it's Wes. We'd like to welcome everyone to Thinking Critical. I'm your host, Brian, and here I got my special guest. I have Perch from Comic Perch, Wes from Thinking Critical, Trent Booner, Daddy Luther, Doc, as always, Marty.
We'll pump the fucking brakes. It's not Boner Daddy, it's Bone Daddy.
Tomato, potato, my friend.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever in a comic live stream, Liz Regina Vergoski Finnegan. How are you this morning?
Is that true? Is that my first time?
It's everybody's first time.
Always awkward silence.
It's Liz's a comic stream virgin.
Am I? I don't know.
Your cherry's been popped.
Maybe. I guess so. Woo woo.
Woo!
Well, at some later day, Wes will come back and listen to the first 22 minutes of this, be horrified, and then, oh no, and now he looks.
I'm fucking ruined.
I'm gonna have to delete the stream.
Oh no, is he frozen? Oh no, he's back. Okay.
I'm
trying to tie.
He's frozen.
Wes
And now his mic is muted.
Oh.
Wes is having a bad day with power. All right. We'll make this work.
By the power of Grayskull.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, we should do He-Man. God.
No, we shouldn't.
No,
We should
Josh,
do all
movie
these.
night.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you mean like, okay, watch movie. I thought you're, okay.
That's a good idea.
He-Man sucks, okay? I'm just going to say it. Fuck, no.
I mean, we've
No,
watched
the
the
Dolph
Mario
Lundgren
Brothers
He-Man? That
movie,
was
so.
amazing.
Oh, wait, is Wes frozen again?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! There he
Oh,
is.
he's moving.
He's moving.
Hey,
He's moving. Hey.
Victory!
Everyone press F for Wes.
Yeah, exactly.
I just opened up my favorite weapons, okay.
Oh, he's taking the longest drink ever there.
Wes is now going to wonder how did he get demonetized. Well, first Brian showed up with this 8-bit watermelon.
Fucking on the rail.
Right.
Wow. Marvel doing closing digital only. I mean, if you missed that, all this it's basically Marvel sent out mail to everybody saying they're closing their custom digital shop. It's they did a storefront, like a panel on Comicsology that in theory they maintain. No one was really sure why. I don't know if you guys remember, they leaked data out of Comicsology about a year ago or so, and they got none of their sales there. So none of the other pieces were wired up. So they basically put an end to this. Lots of people made videos that this was Marvel's death, and they're still on Comicsology, so it's a big kind of who cares. But that's my take on it. I don't know. Doc, Wes can't say anything. Does the RAGS team even care?
Nah, I mean, it doesn't really affect us monetarily, so.
No, not at all.
I'm pretty aggressively indifferent to it.
Wait, Marvel's storefront does not affect you monetarily? I had no idea.
I don't know. I'm still pissed at Amazon because they owe me $40.
Dude, those get that fucking okay.
Amazon.
Yeah, because I used to have like Amazon Pay on my storefront, and then they closed my merchant account for selling porn. Yeah, that was the thing.
But yeah.
And yet you can get all kinds of tubular vegetables from Amazon Prime.
Right?
Free. I mean, in 1 hour. I'm just saying it can be done. I've seen it.
How many have you ordered?
Not with me. I mean, well.
Oh, sure.
With me. I mean, with vegetables.
Yeah, backpedal. Yep, backpedal.
Yeah.
Way to backpedal.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of fruit, I have a watermelon.
Do my thing.
Gaze upon my watermelon.
The 8-bit watermelon is the greatest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
It's so good.
Oh. I love this thing so much. I'm gonna bury it.
I love that you've done this. Yeah.
Wes is just sitting back, muted, just like, oh god, this is a fucking disaster.
It absolutely is.
He misses the fire.
Yeah, he needs to bring that fire. There's a point in these natural disasters you just want them to come faster.
Just get it over and done with.
Well, yeah, there was a thing the other day with like another like someplace found with like 30 sarcophagus, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it, open them. What the hell could happen?
No, I just said.
Yeah. I mean, how are you going to run from the murder hornets if you're trapped in the house?
Oh my lord.
Well, I'm just gonna join the mobile infantry and do my part.
Well, that sounds very responsible of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure these murder hornets come from Clondathu.
I'm starting a raider band or group, so
We all have our ambitions.
I plan on reclaiming North Dakota, and then we're gonna take over South Dakota and make just one gigantic North Dakota.
The Dakota.
No.
Dakota.
No, we have to show that we're better than South Dakota, and so we will just be the North Dakota. The whole name, the North Dakota.
Okay, so you're just gonna have like power and infrastructure.
Yes.
What's the next step?
Hookers and cocaine.
Yeah.
No, I think they got you beat there, bud.
No, they got meth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my god, do you remember that ad?
The meth ad?
Oh my god, I forgot about that shit. What was that? Oh my god.
It was just, we have meth.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast?
more meth.
Yeah.
Dakota.
And
North Dakota's already the top, so I don't know. I mean, it's already there.
Oh, it says meth. We're on it.
Yeah, we're on it.
That was
Like,
what the ad was.
I want to know how much you fucking idiots paid to have this made, because I could have done that in 20 seconds. You know,
Advertising a hell of a gig. I don't know why at this point Marvel and the comic companies don't lean into that more as well. Just hire some of these people criticizing them to actually do the ads, and everybody will be happier. Everything will be, I mean, why not? Why not put you on Squirrel Girl? That was a great idea. Like, it will sell more comics.
Yeah, that's the problem. It would actually sell, and I don't think Marvel's about that anymore.
I don't think they care one way or the other. I get the feeling like if a book came in and it made 120,000 copies sold, they're like, all right. If it sells 5, it's like, all right. Either way, we're getting drunk.
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
Hey, we sold 200 copies. Yay, we're getting drunk. Hey, it sold 3,000 copies. Yay, we're getting drunk.
I mean, why not? Well, I don't sense that. A lot of people say they don't care about that. They don't want the success, but I think it's different. It's just complete indifference all over the place. It sells great. It doesn't sell great. They still got their jobs. They come in. They hire some cheap labor down in South America. It's all good.
Yeah, it's obvious. Like they don't really care about the quality of the writing or the art or the storytelling or anything. So it's like, do I really want to put invest my time in a company that doesn't care? Nah. Nah, I'd rather just get drunk and send Liz memes and other stuff.
And apparently send stuff to my mom in the mail.
Oh yeah, that's a complete thing now. I sent Liz's mom an inward pass.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Laminated or what you do there?
No, like if you look at my story, I got like the inward passes, and I did that as a joke, and then
they sold extremely well.
Yeah, and so every now and again, I just shoot one out to people.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, a lot of people want that. I think right now.
Yeah, they're gonna need it soon.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, we should continue trying at least get to let's get to his topics here that he so lovingly put together and now is stuck on mute having to go down. So we covered the digital store. I don't anything else to say about that, Doc?
Wait,
those aren't topics. Those are just for the scroll. Everyone. That was just for the scroll.
Oh, okay.
So we can ignore that.
Sure.
Completely.
Yeah.
I think Wes is trying to communicate with us.
He was. He's
Quick. Someone get somebody who could translate binary.
Oh, poor Wes. I could be in his shoes and picture this going down. And plus, because it's the three of you, I think that's a pretty good get for him. I like I said, you haven't been on much. You haven't been together in what 2 years? You said, and we got some audience. We're cursing, we're drinking, and no internet.
Having a good time. Yeah, like I know I've been extremely busy. Liz has been extremely busy. Trent's extremely busy. Like we all have like normal lives, and the comic book thing is really more like a Saturday or weekend thing.
Yeah, it's the same here, although people wouldn't guess it. I mean, I think people think because there's so many videos go out that I do that they're, I'm spending all day doing those. But many of these videos were filmed back before the virus. Just that's the secret. You're listening to very old content.
Oh damn.
Just sorry. I'm the Marvel Comics of YouTube. I don't care either. No, I don't.
Nothing matters.
No, I
need a banner that says that.
Every now and then, some video goes out. It's like the wrong audio with the visuals that I'm putting. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I'm an idiot. Well, I don't know.
Oh well.
It take too much time to upload it now. That's
when you hit that point where you're just like, fuck it, ship it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I did the Avengers review where I had the Rob Liefeld art and then the audio for the George Perez issue, and it went out, and I kept that up for a long time before finally people pressured me to take it down. But it was funny. It's like I was like, look at this George Perez art. It's amazing. There's Rob Liefeld with his giant legs.
So the one thing that I did want to talk about.
Yes, please.
What did everybody think of the final results on Todd McFarlane Spawn action figure Kickstarter? He finished with like what, $3.5 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
For an action figure.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a comic in there too. He threw in a reprint, didn't he? Or what? He threw in something.
Yeah, it was a gold foil reprint of Spawn with a slightly different cover of Spawn #1.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing accomplishment. I mean, hopefully it shuts up some of these other people bragging about their Kickstarters. I mean, something.
Well, I'm going to be the negative Nancy in the group and say, well, that's amazing. He's still got to fulfill. So I'm just waiting to see how that part turns out. Because you see a lot of people do like all these campaigns and then they don't fulfill for at least a year or more.
Have any of the Image guys, so Rob Liefeld never fulfilled. And
he eventually did.
Did he?
Yeah, he the Brigade one. He started fulfilling over in like the late fall, just before around like Thanksgiving, and I think almost all of them have been fulfilled now.
I mean, it wouldn't be Image if it didn't have a very, very late fulfillment.
Yeah, but Todd owns a friggin' toy company.
Yeah.
So him getting it made isn't that hard.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll be curious to see if it ships on time. If it does, I mean, he's just smoked everybody. You know,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Shipped, like, in fact, if you're him, you should just start pumping out the comics that way. Forget all the time and nonsense.
Well, I mean, his estimated delivery date's in November.
Yeah.
So he's got plenty of time, and now I know that it takes normally about like 6 months to kind of get a action figure, but come on, he's already got basically the prototypes done.
Man,
they're coming
what
from
this means though. I need to go stick up Todd McFarlane and get him to do my action figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Just think, a nice full-size operator holding a watermelon.
Oh my god,
that would be amazing. Oh my god.
Todd will absolutely want to hook into that brand.
Todd McFarlane, RAGS, operator melon. Oh man, this.
Yeah, Todd's the kind of guy that he won't sit there and live stream for 29 hours a day, and rather than draw his stupid comic book.
Yeah, he's got a business to run.
I mean, Todd's always seemed like a fairly he's done his drawing tutorials and other things. I mean, he seems like he segments his time pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah, in theory, it'd be great if he does it. I would love to see it come out on time. November might be a stretch in today's times, but that may have less to do with Todd and just getting the toys from China. And if he's gonna get them coated in some virus, to get things going in the fall.
Wait, one quick comment from Just Pele. The best part of pear brandy is eating the liquid soaked pears. I agree.
Bro,
Yeah,
are you
eat
serious?
pears.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of like making jungle juice out of a watermelon.
Oh my lord. There's not any other fruit in it, it's just watermelon.
We're never going to be invited anywhere ever again.
So this is my fault.
Hey, Ryan Wilson in the chat, was that a hit on EVS? Look, I maintain my, regardless of all the other stuff going on.
Hang on, let me handle this. Evie, what?
Okay, what? Give it a different answer. I hope always that people just put out their comics. They ship them out on time. They make some money. Everybody should make some money, please. Let's all make some. I've got to figure if people are making money and fulfilling on a more constant, regular basis, and that cycle was happening, then there would be way less of the live stream nonsense. Like this one. I mean, wait a minute. No, like the other ones, not this one.
Yeah, like the other ones.
This is
I just
different.
gotta say, not everything's a direct hit like on another creator. There's just a lot of things that happen in general. Like if you don't fulfill your Kickstarter campaign, there's always going to be that one person that makes the comment, well, I'm never going to back any other Kickstarter campaigns ever again. And so that's a fan who would have put money into books to make another creator successful that, is now out of the game. And they're going to tell all their friends. So you not just lost one person, you've lost 10 people, 20 people, 30 people. So you got to really think of like the domino effect of not doing your part. I mean, sure, you made a shit ton of money. You might have bought a cocaine yacht or, spent your money on frivolous things like inward passes and
hookers,
whatnot. But
I mean,
I'm just saying, you just got to think like if people aren't getting their stuff, it's going to affect not just you, it's everybody. Comics is a very small ecosystem. And whether or not you like the people in it or you don't like the people in it, you have to be rooting for everybody regardless of sides, if you will. Because the more people that are successful, the more people can, are going to come in and be like, oh, okay, well, this guy was successful. Let's try this guy.
Yeah, you'll have more people adopting the ecosystem.
Yep.
No, that's sort of, there's two things in all this. I think one, we as all the creators, all the people, all the fans, everybody should be a little bit more comfortable with taking a joke. I think it can't be this oversensitive. I mean, if a comic panel is drawn weird, people should make fun of it because it's fun to do that. If somebody's acting like a douche on Twitter, you should make fun of that. I mean, it's okay to make fun of each other. Anyone. People make fun of me all the time. Fuck it. But on the other end, what you're saying is exactly right. Look, we're a lot of people trying to make money out of this thing. So when somebody screws up, by the way, just like when Marvel puts out some garbage comic, it hurts the other comic going in the comic shop. It's one less thing that, you know, when a customer goes in and picks up Captain America and like, wow, look at this amazing Alex Ross cover, and they open it up and it's garbage town shit. They buy less comics, not just Captain America. They buy less comics in general. So it hurts everybody. So you always want things to look good, do good, ship on time, etc. That's all I'm saying. And I make fun of the drama because fuck it, why not?
Oh, I make fun of everybody. I think I make fun of myself more than I make fun of everything else that goes on.
Yeah. I
like the fact that I try to send stuff to Trent from time to time.
Oh my god, this shit's so
then
annoying.
I try to send stuff to Liz, but nobody can ever send anything to me because I can never remember what my address is.
Fucking, I mean, fucking seriously, we get a comic being signed by everybody, which literally has to go around the entire fucking world, and this asshole gets this shit held up for like a month because, oh, I didn't give this person my correct fucking address.
I was just saying.
No, the first time that happened, he gave me the correct address, and then he came back later and went, "Wait, no, that's wrong," and then gave me a wrong address.
Look, in my defense, I might have been sober when I did that.
Oh my god.
Well, hold on. We have a super chat from Nolan Nerd.
Hey, look, I can push the buttons. Nice.
Yeah. Good morning, Aficionados.
I don't know why you're funding this thing at this exact moment, but Wes appreciates it.
Yes, Wes absolutely appreciates it. Here's a small donation for my appreciation for the channel. I hope the channel continued growth and success, Wes, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. We are going to do that while we get morning drunk and basically video shit post.
Yeah.
We're doing our part to combat the coronavirus.
Stay safe, stay drunk, stay home.
Yeah. Stay drunk. Then forget that you're home. Wander out, get more beer.
I did do that the other night, bro. Oh boy, Brian supplied me with that one.
You're welcome,
dude.
Well, thank you a lot, Nolan Nerd. Thank you very much for supporting this, and I'm sorry, Wes. I'll just say that again.
Yeah, we're completely sorry. We've also demonetized and tanked your channel in one.
I apologize for nothing. You knew the risks.
All right. So next question.
Next question. Let's see. So we got a bit of news. So Death Metal releases June 16th. That's a month and I think 3 days late from when it was at, which all things considered is not bad. Anybody in on this? Anybody looking forward to it? Anxious for it?
You know what? I liked Metal, but I only liked the one shots. So hopefully I'm gonna get more cool Metal type one shots, like Dawnbreaker and Speed Demon or whatever the hell, or no, Red Death, and Murder Machine. I like those from the Metal event. I didn't bother to read the actual miniseries. I didn't care. So I'm hoping I get more cool one shots with the mashup characters for Death Metal, because I'll read those. Those were fun.
Well, you're supposed to. At least they've claimed they're going to make a ton of tie-ins and anthologies and other. I mean, it could be good, or it could be that they're just going to cram all the comics possible into this thing. Probably that second one, but
I'm leaning towards the second one.
It should be crazy though. Henry, sorry, I'm just going to second name. Death Metal should be crazy. It does look like it's going to be crazy. I think they should do a lot of off the wall stuff, but it's nice to see it coming out. I still think they should have released it for free, just as a FU to Marvel, but
a nice free digital release. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I mean, so why don't these companies have all sucked with digital. I think that what you guys have done with digital has been a lot more, successful at this. That's a scale you're at, but still a lot more successful, just because you seem to have a strategy.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just kind of winging it.
But it looks like, I mean, if you look at what DC and Marvel does, it's just the digital comics get kind of thrown out. In some cases, there are times when they would put it out and then pages would be in the wrong order, or a page would just be missing. Somebody didn't upload things properly. I mean, it's all over the place. You guys seem like you actually have a strategy, but yeah.
Well, so I think the problem is not everybody's embracing technology like they should. Like our book wasn't really designed to go to print, so I was leaning heavily on like the digital aspect of this. So I was building like a website so you can read it for free, and it was also supposed to be like this really slow sort of a burn type of a book. And as far as digital is concerned, like once I learned like how to make PDFs, it was like, oh, this is really easy. So if a page is out of order, it doesn't take that long to go back, fix the order, and then re-upload the PDF. So I just don't think companies have really looked at the technology that's available and used it to their full advantage. That's all I do. It's just, something new, something cool I can do. I'm gonna do it. Like I'm not sure if you've seen like this Resident Evil GameCube cover that we're gonna do as like our final trade. I've been wanting to do that like since the book first came out, and it took 2 years of me teaching myself Photoshop in order to pull that off.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think that they're using what's available to them to the best of their ability, and it just shows in how they push their stuff.
But it would be like hiring a junior level intern who hasn't finished a CS degree to Google how to make a PDF. It can't be that hard.
It's not hard.
It's not that hard at all. You'll see like on Twitter, you'll see a bunch of creators right now doing their own little Shopify storefronts, kind of like I do. And all that came from was just me telling them like, hey, look, you can do stuff like the other guys, or you can just carve your own path and play the marathon game instead of the sprint, and you do it this way. And there's a lot of pushback because like, oh, that's going to take time, that's going to take money, that's going to take effort. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of does if you care about your product. So,
but
yeah, that is kind of your job.
Yeah, that's your job. If you create something, you should care about it. Like you have a kid, you care about your kid, you take care of them. You have a comic that's not a kid, but you still take care of it and you try to do your best with it. Will RAGS be collected by AP? Yes, it will eventually.
Will it what?
Collected like a trade.
Collected like a trade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll still have bunnies though. So
good.
Oh,
good.
Get wrecked.
I think I bought pretty much every variant, every cover. I think the only thing I don't have at this point, well, I don't have the Mad Mori variant, but for obvious reasons. But I think the only other thing that I don't have is the preview book at this point.
That 15-page prologue. So funny thing about that prologue, right?
Yeah.
It was only 15 pages, and it honestly cost more to ship than it did to produce. So I really didn't want to make that book or charge people for that, because like it's just a 15-page preview. Why don't we just wait until I got something a little more girth to it before we look at printing and shipping?
Giggity.
Damn it.
I'm a grown up.
Oh, this is why you're here. But yeah, people kept asking for it, so we finally made it available, and I printed a bunch out. I walked it down to IDW, which is near the house, and I know one of the editors over there, and I walked it to all these other comic shops, and everyone just told me to F off with it. And lo and behold, when AP picked us up, I stopped producing them, and now everyone's like, oh man, are those still available? Like, nope, sorry.
Yeah.
Should have got it when you had the chance. I actually got a message last night of a guy asking for a RAGS number one. Yeah, he wanted a number one because he didn't want to buy it off of eBay, and I'm like, sorry, I I don't know what to tell you. I've exhausted my own personal supply.
Fuck, I don't even have. I think I have one left that I'm not getting rid of.
Yeah,
I
think I got us all the one virgin one that I had to buy from people.
Oh, okay. So I got like 2 left. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got, I think, like 3 of the number 1.
Damn.
Yeah. So you want? I'll just send one to you. I don't care.
Me? No. I mean, I got mine. I'm good.
No, Brian, tell me who the dude was. I'll send him one.
He was okay. I'll message you later.
All right.
But yeah, it's like sorry, it was there. We've been shilling it for a long time.
Long time.
Like 3 years.
Right.
So, Will, how much input do you give into the comic? Do you help? How do you fit in with the stories and everything?
I said yes. No, I know that quite a bit of the personality of
Awesome.
the dialogue was pulled from some of my Eagles football feedback tweets. So I think just by existing and being angry, I've been helping to shape some of the progression a little bit.
In more ways than one.
I was trying to figure out how to word it where it didn't sound as bad as it did end up coming out. But that's ultimately what it comes down to. I thought I would find my point as I was talking, and that just didn't happen. So yeah, I mean, basically, just Regina as a character. I think a lot of that is pulled from just me being angry in public.
Hey, it'd be fun to take one of these issues and have you reword it or redialogue it. Just put in whatever you want. Just do the list.
Very little would actually change.
I would love to see that.
I think there would be more C bombs actually.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, notice
Just
that
one
book
word
doesn't have
bubble
enough
full
of that.
C bombs.
Hey, Computer Robots asking, do you think Marvel's going to bring back the X-Men and Fantastic Four current books back? Yeah. When? August? I think August. I think one of them will sneak into the end of July, and then the rest are going to be August. They're just going to take their time. And I think as long as California and New York and some of these places are more closed down, they're going to drag their feet. So, sucks. Yeah, I don't know. The whole Marvel story right now is just painful. just fucking painful. If you're a shop owner right now and you're trying to deal with this nonsense, it is misery. And I think people try and put on a good face, but I mean it's glad that DC books are starting to trickle in. It's nice that we have the dates like for Death Metal, but Jesus, if you're in there and you're trying to shop your books, it's just painful right now. You have no idea what you're doing.
Liz also did like all of our major marketing there in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
What?
I think she's dead, Jim.
I had nothing else to add to that.
Oh, damn it.
And she did.
All I had was yaha.
Yaha. Okay.
Let's see. So San Diego is now a virtual Comic-Con. Are you guys going to take part in that, do you think?
No.
No, I'm gonna be drunk.
I don't even take part of real Comic-Con. I'm a shut-in. I don't. That's not my thing.
Do you think? I mean, I wonder. Are people going to just show up to this thing, and there's going to be a lot of kind of weird, awkward Zoom calls, and you're going to see the creator's living room, and you don't really want to see that living room, and I mean.
I think it's going to be a lot like WonderCon's Virtual Con was.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a repeat of that. I don't know. I don't think virtual cons are really going to be that interesting because you can do that like on a YouTube channel or wherever else.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do for Hall C? Like Discord?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I don't see these things as working for a lot of people because they all wind up being the same. you get the creator, and then situated behind them are a bunch of random toys and things that they've kind of set up on an awkward shelf, and then they talk into the camera about. They're all the same, or they eat pie, one of those, or watermelons. I don't know.
Honestly, it just seems like a waste of money to me. Like, it does not sound exciting. Yeah, like I don't want to partake in a virtual Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the whole point of a Comic-Con that you're actually showing up and you're seeing things interacting in real life and you're spreading your smell around? And
oh my god,
isn't that the point?
Yeah, like I mean, what's the point of a Comic-Con if I can't like go and get my hand crushed by Jim Steranko?
Yeah.
I'm serious. If I can't, if you can't sign my book, tell me a story for like 30 minutes while like 45 other people just watch and then crush my hand when he shakes my hand. I don't know what else the point is.
Yeah, I mean, you get to interact, you get to make friends, you get to pay for overpriced food that sucks, you get to harass some comic vendors that are dumb enough to kind of set up a thing in the con hall, and you get to look at Art Adams being unhappy. It's I don't know. So who's the grumpiest person you've ever seen at a con? If you've gone there, what's the most angry person you've ever gone there? I've had some I love Art Adams to death, and I've seen him in a lot of happy moments, but I've seen that guy super pissed too.
I have a question for Brian.
Oh, you know what? I'd have to say
Dark Wade.
What? But I'm back.
No, you know what? I saw Tess Fowler at one, and she just looked miserable the entire time. I didn't even want to go anywhere near her. I'm like, this chick's gonna ruin my mood just getting within 10 feet of her.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, what was the question?
Who's the grumpiest person you ever seen at a con?
Bruce Timm.
That was fast.
Yeah, the guy who created Batman the Animated Series.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a grumpy boy.
Yeah, I've seen an unhappy Virgil as well. Have you guys you've seen him at the San Diego Comic-Con, haven't you?
Who?
Virgil, the wrestler.
I've seen him at every Comic-Con.
He shows up, he tries to sell his photos of himself, and he just seems pissed. But if you make eye contact, you're fucked.
It's probably because he has the onset of ABS. It happens to us all after 40.
Oh my god.
I'm saying it's a real thing. It's tragic. Just get ABS and then the cops that get you next.
Do
I want to know what ABS is?
Angry Black Man Syndrome.
Oh, I mean, and now you got this stuff. Little Richard's dead at 87. Yeah, we got the breaking news. Little Richard died.
What?
Wait, what?
Little Richard has died.
Wow.
At 87.
Oh, well, that just sucks.
We're doing a little segue here.
Rob from not Rob, Roy.
Yeah, from Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, that guy. He died last night.
Yeah, and
I know a few people probably don't care too much about this, but the dude who played Ted from Scrubs passed away like a few days ago as well too.
I can't about that.
That was real fucking sad because he had a brain tumor for a while, and his wife just had their first I think it was their first kid, and he ended up fucking passing away like the next day. Super sad.
Yeah, I mean he was in a ton of stuff too. He
was in a lot.
Great.
Yeah, Little Richard was in a lot of my childhood. Like, I think he was in Pee-wee's Playhouse as a skating friend.
Oh yeah, was he?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that could have been Lawrence Fishburne. I get people confused.
You saying they all look alike? Like,
no, I'm just saying, I don't remember faces that well. Okay. No, but I think he was in Pee-wee though. I honestly do.
I just remember Little Richard singing the national anthem in Mystery Alaska, which is an obscure hockey movie. And now I ruined the stream.
I'm trying to.
I think we ruined that way before that.
Yeah, anyway, for those of you who are just joining us, we're just fucking around.
Yeah, this is just kind of video shit posting.
Yeah,
we're just winging it.
Yeah, it's fun. We got off on a weird start right away. Though unfortunately, Wes is having some internet problems. I'm half asleep and now half drunk, and I've been doing our thing. I don't know what I'm doing.
We're morning drinking, and
now we're morning and drinking.
Yeah, morning drinking.
Yeah, shit, yo.
Yeah. Hey, here's one for you, little Richard.
Yeah,
I appreciate that wordplay.
Yeah, that works. It's clever. We're I think we're just having fun though. It's thanks for joining us for those people who are on board at this point.
So,
yeah, go Doc.
Well, what does everybody let's say what does everybody think about Marvel moving some of their books though that were scheduled for release to digital only? I think that's kind of like the biggest news that's come out of all this change, where a lot of the books that some very fringe books that everybody was kind of sitting there going like, why in the hell are you even putting this out?
Yeah.
Are getting moved to digital only or digital first, and maybe eventually getting collected or released. So what do y'all think about that?
I think that's a smart move, but hold on. Wes from Thinking Critical says Lawrence Fishburne played Cowboy Curtis. Yes, he did. I knew he was in there, but I actually think it's a smart move because something like New Warriors, that really shouldn't have been a book or existed. So something like that should have been like tossed over to digital. See how it does on the digital side, and if it grows its own fan base, then you just go ahead and make a print copy. So that's kind of smart.
No, it is. I think, and the digital audience and the physical audience don't necessarily cross over that much. So I think it's a better way to put out some of these books so you're not sure what's going to happen. You need that online catalog, get digital stuff out there, and then if it takes off, you print trades. Make your back money. But a lot of these books, I mean, Marvel's had the strategy for a decade of stuffing the shelves, and that's going to be how they make money. They just crowd everyone else out. And nobody thinks that's a good idea at this point, and nobody thinks it's successful. I mean, it's like, what, you're not going to buy Batman because you can't find it on the shelf? That's very strange. Nobody thinks that way. So they should take more stuff digital. It'd be cheaper for them. They can do it. There goes Wes again. No, he's back, and that's just what they should do. So I think it's a smart move. Totally. I wish they would do that with more. I mean, cut half their line and put it on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Roland says I was sub to Star. Now what?
Are Brian and Trent gonna take Regina out of the zombie setting? Oh, spoilers!
I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, that touches back on Liz and I's secret project. Oh, that's gonna be so good.
I'm so happy. I can't think about it without laughing because our life is so ridiculous.
Oh, remember how I drunkenly texted you that theory before?
Oh my god.
It's so good.
You're just losing their minds at this point.
Oh my god.
This is what you wanted, folks.
I'm sorry.
This is what you all deserve.
I've been a part of this for 3 years. Just know.
There's like times where I'll just laugh myself into like passing out.
Oh my god.
I have tears coming out of my eyes. Okay. I'm sorry, what was the question?
Huh?
Are we gonna take Regina out of the? Well, I mean, can we talk about the crossover? Is that a thing?
Yeah, go for it, dude.
I mean, that's not.
It's not a big secret. The crossover isn't a big secret.
No. It's not really like zombie setting, is it? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No,
so I guess
not zombies.
the crossover will be one of the times that she's taken out of that situation.
Is this the one with Black Hops and Punchline?
Yes.
Okay.
They had Tim and Bill had actually pitched a zombie-esque setting. I was like, nope, I already done that. That's boring. Let's try something a little bit more stupid. And then I made my pitch, and now I'm stuck writing it. Because that's my thing. Like, I don't like characters that get typecast into one setting or one what do they call them in games? Like one level character battle.
What?
So like in Double Dragon, you like stage 1's got punks, and stage 2's got punks with chains, and then stage 3's got the jumping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like every stage, there's a different type of enemy. So that's kind of where we're taking this. Like every new iteration, it's a new type of enemy. You've probably already seen like at least one of them, and I didn't even know it. So,
interesting.
Ray Cortex in the chat said that we should tell you guys to make a spinoff called Rags Race, and you'd know what he was referencing. I'm assuming Drag Race.
Yes, we know what this is.
Exactly what this is.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yes, we're totally doing that. Yeah. How is Luigi's baby doing? So Luigi is very happy with his kid. I've seen a couple pictures. He asked me not to share. He's now using the baby's foot to draw pages, so that's interesting.
Taking a lot fucking longer though, let me tell you.
I mean, it's a baby's foot. You only do but so much. Like he drew Liz and her brothers with the baby's finger. That was amazing.
Did he really? Why didn't you tell me that part?
Well,
that's the selling point.
I mean, you were already like, oh my god, that's amazing. I didn't want to like overexcite you.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
That's awesome. I can't wait to tell my mom that.
Yeah, this is baby's finger, because like the only way he tries to take the baby from his wife to let his wife sleep, and he just needs to draw because that's how he's wired. So he's like, well, I can't hold the baby and draw, but I could hold the baby and draw. So, yeah,
with the baby.
I mean, the guy already does most of our stuff with a car key, and that's how he gets that little gritty look.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh wait, you've revealed something here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like if you look at his Instagram, he has a God of War sketch, a Kratos sketch that he was doing, and it's with his car key. But that's actually how he does like a lot of our stuff.
Well, that's cool.
Okay, that's like a Tom Morello kind of thing, but for art.
And probably without the communism too.
Yeah, without.
Yeah, America.
Who knows? Yeah.
At least a little bit less.
How many times has Perch stood Brian up? We don't want to talk about
it. So not really stood up.
No. You've broken my heart so many times.
Only once. We were going to meet. Technically, we were going to meet at the show. What, last year or the year before? I don't know.
Last year,
and then I wound up not going.
I stood a girl up.
Oh no, I got back surgery. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, back surgery. You know who wouldn't have gotten back surgery? This watermelon.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Fair enough.
This watermelon will never betray me.
I think we should do. Yeah, we'll do something. I'll fly him up here. We'll come to the shop.
Oh, I'm not flying with this corona out there. You're trying to get me killed.
They wear a mask. There's like 4 people on a plane.
Where are you at?
We're gonna
Seattle.
Give Brian a scuba tank so that he can just have his own oxygen.
Oh wow, you know I can't swim, right?
Kind of.
Yeah,
you're just in the air.
All right, look, listen. The reason why black dudes use so much cocoa butter is they think it's going to keep them water repellent. They don't realize about buoyancy.
It was a critical mistake.
Look at Wes. He's like, oh god.
I'm so getting demonetized.
Right. Those super chats right there. So.
Yep. How long has Pennsylvania been at Eagle State? This is a Liz question.
Yeah, I know he doesn't stop talking. Uh-oh.
This is off on good.
What do I hear?
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Beer.
What did you do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute for you.
Pennsylvania has never been an Eagle state. It's a Steelers state.
No, it is a very split state. There are the Eagles, there are the Steelers, and then there's just Pennsylvania in the middle that are mostly just Amish and don't care.
That are just Penn State.
Yes, yeah, okay. And then there's Penn State.
Yes.
Pretty much. But the Eagles were established in 33.
Oh, Steelers were.
Yeah, I think it was
the same year.
Was it?
Yeah. I think so. I don't remember. I just remember during World War II they were the Steagles.
The Steagles, yeah, they were. We had that fun merge because of shortages or whatever.
Yep, because all the players ended up. Because they all ended up in World War
Yeah.
II. They didn't have any players.
They didn't have any players, so they had to merge them. So it was like the Phil Pitt Steagles or whatever.
Yes. And they were also July 8th, 1933.
Okay.
It's football talk with Doc.
Football talk with Doc and Liz.
Fucking Steagles.
Are we getting football this fall, or are they just going to play in an empty arena? What's your bet?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I honestly have no clue. I know that the NHL, they identified a couple different stadiums that they plan on having the guys playing empty. I expect the NFL to do the same because honestly, even when they do open things back up, there are still going to be a lot of restrictions on things like sporting events, concerts, conventions, probably even, those big, tens of thousands of people in one place type events. So, I don't want it to be postponed, but it's going to be very bizarre. It's going to be like watching the WWE with no crowd, which was basically like that just taught us who was a great actor, and that was Edge. I mean, he was mesmerizing giving his monologues. Everyone else kind of faltered a little bit, but I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Kind of like when Stone Cold was doing his little what?
It's
just like,
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
What?
I think he was playing with it, but that's some of the most awkward TV you could possibly watch. I think hockey will be okay. I think the crowd doesn't do as much for that.
You're just going to hear a lot of fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would increase viewership, honestly.
Yes.
I mean, so football. So I say the empty crowd's going to really hurt. I mean, Seattle's going to suck. That the crowd is half of their strategy with the noise.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with Eagles with home games too, where that's very much a big part of how they play. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
And Steelers with road games.
Where
they just take over everyone else's stadiums.
Or the Chargers. Well, the Chargers should be fine. They're used to playing to empty stadiums.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, Miami will be okay. Things will be all right. But if they mic'd up all the players, then that would be the way to go. Just it's an empty arena, but you just have the open mic on and just have some poor bastard who's doing the censorship that believes would be the funniest stuff in the world.
I'm just going to say this. I don't really pay attention to football, but I'll say this. If there's any Viking fans watching, the Vikings are going to do relatively well, and then everybody's going to get hyped, and then they're going to choke again, and they're never going to the Super Bowl, and shut the fuck up about it because the Vikings suck. Thank you.
Yeah, check.
And Wes is gone.
Yeah.
Welcome to Thinking Football. I'm Brian. I got my guest today, Doc, the moderator as always, and joining us is Perch.
Oh, twice. I put Wes back on here, but he's using my avatar for some reason.
No, the best thing is like if you watch the chat's all talking comics and we're all like talking like football.
Yeah, this is just a shit post.
Hey Trevor, I totally get you. Yes, I live in Seattle. I've been to many Seahawks games. Yes, they had a better record last year. Sucked though. It was a weird year, and but that's fine. Whatever. All good.
You think you guys had a weird year? Our quarterback was taken out by a dirty hit.
Yeah.
Dirty hit.
I don't know who did that though.
Fucking clowny.
Oh, yeah, there's the Regina I know and love.
Who's your quarterback?
What's that?
So, who's the quarterback out there?
Wentz.
Oh yeah, you're a quarter boy.
So wait, hold on a second. Wes and Perch have the same avatar. Are they
Yeah,
really
I
the
know
same
what's
person?
Well, I had to log in
Discuss.
to get the stream started, so apparently he's using my avatar. I don't know.
Why is Nightcrawler the greatest X-Men of all times? Nope.
You know what?
I don't agree.
That's definitely a Wes question.
I disagree.
Why is Nightcrawler great?
I respectfully, vehemently disagree as well.
I disrespectfully disagree.
Yeah. All right. So then, so who's the greatest X-Men of all time?
Gambit.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Rogue. Just can't touch her.
One
Boo.
shot.
All I'm saying is they make full body condom suits.
Yeah, until
That's
until it
colossal.
breaks.
Yeah, they should have gone with that relationship. Although I guess she absorbs the metal skin too, but that shouldn't work. That should be like a giant metal condom on him.
I mean, the only relationship she could really have is with what's his name? The guy they killed in First Class.
Darwin.
Yeah, that would probably be like the only person who could have an actual relationship with Rogue, because he could, theoretically evolve to a point where she's not going to absorb or kill him.
Which once again brings back the one giant glaring plot point.
No, it actually makes sense. It makes complete total sense. Think about it. Like, he was the only black guy in that movie, and he knew they were going to kill him, so he just noped out of the movie. I mean, am I the only one that's like, oh my god, that was genius?
He
More people
evolved
should do
to
that.
not get killed.
He's like, no, he didn't die. He just noped out of the movie. He's like, nope, I ain't doing this shit. Mm-mm.
No, the best X-Men of all time is Storm. She's the only one that stuck around. Consistent. She's the only one that stuck around and still led the team without powers. She didn't even have powers, and she still led the team.
Yeah, I think that's a solid argument.
And she was a better leader than Cyclops.
Well, yeah.
Whoa.
Better leader than Cyclops.
Whoa. Hold on. Cyclops was good.
I'm back.
Who's this?
Me.
Oh, Trent.
Trent?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No, like your icon changed, didn't it?
Yeah, I was fucking around my icon. Actually, I left the stream.
Oh.
Nobody's going with Wolverine. I guess Trevor just went with Wolverine. Wolverine overexposed. Oh, there's Wes. Thank God.
Welcome back.
I believe my internet's good now. I'm sorry.
Holy shit!
Awesome.
Oh, it's back.
What?
We can hear Wes. Holy shit! Now we can get this damn stream back on
I
track.
apologize. I was having to steal my in-laws' internet, and it, obviously there's a wall between us, so it wasn't all that great. But I am back. But this has been a whole shit show. I don't want to be responsible for any of it.
Well,
That's fair.
fair.
This is why we need Wes. Wes is the captain of the ship and keeps it going in a straight line.
Yeah, people ask me all like why they say why don't I do more live streams? Okay, so I refer you to the last hour.
Yes.
I mean, I am at my best chatting to myself in the car. That's what I'm good at. So it's my lane. I stay in it.
All right, so I'll stop bothering the stream with my banners to keep things going. So Liz, I do have to ask you, I've been nerding out on Wolverine, Enemy of the State. I know Doc just I think he read all of Invincible.
Yes.
Like 15 volumes or something crazy like that. Brian's probably reading Red Sonja or something stupid. Are you nerding out on are you binging comics, or are you above the fray?
I am not doing that right now, and it's mostly due to a lack of time. Honestly, unfortunately, I've got the 2 jobs, the 2 kids doing homeschooling. I'm in school myself, so I just don't have time to do anything cool.
I am totally with you. I'm a stay-at-home dad myself, and I have to do all of this from like 9 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. I'm very lucky that I even have the time to do it. And I'm about to be in school too. I'm actually going to take some I'm taking some video and audio editing classes very soon. So.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had originally decided I was going to do the dual path. I wanted to do a degree that I needed for work and then one I wanted for fun. So I was going to do marketing and fire science.
So which one's the fun one?
Fire science, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. So, Doc,
just in case.
Right, cover your tracks.
Exactly.
Yep. Once again, bringing up my long-standing opinion that what I call the fire and chainsaw postulate, that every problem can be solved with either fire and or a chainsaw.
Yo, yeah.
And Liz,
So we do have a super chat from Kenneth Allen, $5. Hey guys, just hopping on. Happy Saturday. Love the conversation as always. Well, I'm glad you're just hopping on because you probably wouldn't have loved the conversation. It's been a train wreck, man. They're trying to destroy my channel. We'll see how it all goes in the end. You know, we might already be down now. No, it's fine. I'm
so sorry.
Wes puts us back on track.
It's all good. So
Sorry,
Trent,
Dad.
you know, this is the first time we've had you on the channel. Are you binging any comics, or are you too busy? I know you got kids as well.
No, I'm not. I'm working. I'm trying to sort out like a vehicle for myself because my focus is transmissions slipping nonstop, which is going to get me arrested. So I'm trying to get a car for myself. I'm just busy with my job, and when I come home, and I pretty much I've been binging video games. That's what I've been doing. I've been
nice. What are you binging, like Ninja Gaiden?
No, God, no. No, I'm
Streets of
right
Rage?
now. Say what?
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage. No, nothing old. Although I will be
Streets of Rage
streaming.
4.
No,
I will
4.
be. Oh shit! I
You.
forgot that was a thing. No,
Wait, is that like 3-player co-op?
is it?
4.
Hold the fuck on a second. I will be doing some streaming of an old Sega CD game called Dark Wizard. I think I'm gonna start that next week. But other than that, no, I've been playing. My buddy sent me Fallout 76, and so I've been binging that, or it's No Man's Sky, or all the games I'm waiting for keep getting fucking pushed back. So
Yeah, it sucks. Everything's kind of being pushed back. So Streets of Rage 4 apparently is awesome. Liz, are you inviting everybody in the chats to come and play with you on Streets of Rage 4?
I am inviting exactly 3 people to come play it with me. Either that or we could do Dino D-Day.
Dino D-Day.
John was telling me about Dino. Oh wait, yeah, during the last Starfighter. I need to know more of this.
Yeah, so it's basically World War II, but it's reimagined with the Nazis having attacked dinosaurs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Nazis
I'm looking at it right now.
dinosaurs, or they have attack dinosaurs?
It's
They
very.
have- They have attacked dinosaurs, and apparently you can blow up goats. I don't know. I haven't
It is
seen
very
it. but-
dank looking. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds very interesting. You
Yeah.
have my interest. Wait.
I'll just
On
read you
dinosaurs.
the first couple of sentences. The year is 1942. Adolf Hitler has succeeded in resurrecting dinosaurs. The reptilian horde has trampled Europe and the Mediterranean. Can nothing stop the Nazis' dinosaur army? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Well,
I know.
all that.
Oh, god
So
damn it,
are
Brian.
we going to get
Yeah,
Regina
we're doing
Rogowski on a dinosaur?
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude, have you not seen like the Dino Crisis thing that we did?
I always
all right,
do
hold
is
on.
make YouTube videos and take care of children.
Oh, wait. Hold on, let me find this. This was gnarly. Where'd it go? Where are you?
All right, we have a good picture.
Yeah.
You can share the screen for everybody.
Oh yeah, it's totally safe for work too. Hold on, let me make sure I share the
That's all.
right screen.
And thank you very much, Kenneth Allen, for the $5 super chat. We really appreciate it, and I hope you are enjoying the conversation. We have a lot of fun here.
Oh, I was gonna add something. I kind of forgot. What I listen to, I do listen to books on. A buddy of mine sent me some. The fuck is that? Hold on, let me grab my phone. I can't think of it.
Audible.
Audible. That's it. They read books to you. I've been listening to David Goggins' book. What is it? Can't Hurt Me. Holy shit, that is a story.
Yeah,
But
so
is it
this
as
is like
cool as Regina on a dinosaur.
Well, this is like a 3-layered thing. So that's Regina dressed as Regina from Dino Crisis with the dinosaur and the Cadillac from Cadillac and Dinosaurs. I mean,
Yeah.
that's super meta.
Dude, you're really good at Photoshop.
I've
Yeah,
gotten better.
he is.
I've gotten better. This was actually like a commission I got from one of the guys I really like his style. So, but yeah, I've gotten better at Photoshop.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking that class, because my Photoshop skills are whack. I need to get better.
Yeah, I mess in Photoshop like for about 5 hours after I get home from work, and then I work off and do other stuff. But yeah,
What was that? What was that? You what?
there it is.
What
Yeah,
off?
look,
You what?
look, I got the dinosaur. It moves.
No. Let's step back. You what?
He's plunging out of there.
Look.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh God, this is so stupid. I love it.
Oh fuck.
But,
All right, we're talking about, in the comments, we're talking about JSA and Hawkman by Jeff Johns. Now, I read Jeff Johns' Hawkman. That was absolutely amazing. Perch, did you read that one? Because it was like Indiana Jones, but the dude had wings.
Yeah, no, it's great. I think Hawkman's always one of those titles. They've had some good creators on it. They had some good stories on it, but they for whatever reason, DC never markets it very well. They kind of hide the book. Like they do not pimp it up or push it. They completely rely on the readers to carry it. And that would be to me, it'd be a no-brainer of a character to do more with. I mean, you could do a movie with that pretty easily as well.
Yeah, he looks cool. He's got the dope uniform. He's got the symbol that looks like he's one of the Thundercats, but obviously he flies. And he's got the really cool mace and everything. But yeah, he's always sold short. But Jeff Johns made him sing, and obviously I think Vendetti's current Hawkman is even actually better.
It's great. No, they do a great job. Both of them did a great job. And I mean, if you can make $1 billion off Aquaman, then shit, you should be able to do that with him.
Yeah, it's too bad. I think only Hawk Girl was she the one that was in Smallville?
No,
yeah,
she was on.
Briefly?
Both Hawkman and Hawkgirl were on Arrow.
Oh, was it Arrow?
Yeah,
I think Hawkman was on Smallville though, wasn't it? I just remember it being terrible. It was
Maybe.
not representation.
Well, probably is CW.
Well, sure.
So we do have another super chat from Kenneth Dowling, and he's saying, "I heard when Jeff Loeb wrote The Long Halloween, he based it on The Godfather. It feels very influenced by that film. Is that true? I do not know that, but I could definitely see it because that book, that 13 issue arc, is basically all about crime in Gotham. Bruce Wayne, Batman, and Commissioner Gordon try to solve it, and you see the emergence of Two-Face as the DA kind of succumbs to all the pressure. Did you hear that rumor? Is that based on The Godfather, Perch?
I've heard that, but I don't know if it's ever been officially confirmed. I think people were saying it seemed like it, or it was very much in that same zone. But I don't know if anybody's ever come out and said, if Jeff Loeb said that's the influence. Maybe. I think there's some definite parallels.
Absolutely, that's a great story. I just read that one. Of course, we had we talked about it here on the channel. That as well as Dark Victory, the sequel story to that one, and that's a great story. Like Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale are definitely at the top of their game on that one. I think that's probably the best, Jeff Loeb story I've ever read. What's your favorite, Doc? What do you think is better than The Long Halloween?
From Jeff Loeb?
Oh yeah,
I liked the Marvel color books that he did with Tim Sale.
Spider-Man Blue and Hulk Gray were both excellent.
Yeah, and I like Daredevil Yellow too.
I haven't read that one.
Spider-Man Blue, is that the one where he reminisces about Gwen Stacy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one was really good.
I didn't read Captain America White.
I haven't got to that one yet either.
But
Ultimatum Brown was pretty good.
Watermelon Green was delicious.
Yeah.
I do want to say thank you very much to Kenneth Allen for supporting the channel, $5 and a great question. Really appreciate that one. We have another question, and this is a Perch question if I've ever heard one. What'll happen to people who are subbed to Marvel's repurposed digital books?
They get their money back. And they have to buy them again.
I thought they could just sync them up.
They could, but they're going to just, if you're subbed and you paid, or you're supposed to get your money back. Now, if you prepay in your comic shop, I don't know why you do that for New Warriors, but if you did that, okay. But basically, your money, they're going to clear it, and then you're going to have to go buy it.
God.
Oh,
so much.
Oh,
That's gross. Yeah.
I hate you so much. Change that. Oh, God.
no.
I go.
That's
Sorry.
terrible.
Stop.
Hold on.
That's
No.
rough, man.
Oh,
Stop
cool,
putting
bro.
Brie Larson's feet on our
Oh,
channel.
my goodness.
oh, I can't take you anywhere.
No.
All right, Liz. So you've been dealing with this for what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Are there any tips for dealing with Brian and Trent in tandem?
Oh,
I'm
so-
finding it hard.
I drink.
Oh, I'm already doing that.
You're not drinking enough.
I haven't had a beer since December 20th.
Maybe stronger than beer is where you need to be going with this.
I need the Patron, huh?
Patron.
That vodka.
Patron. Yes, Patron is good for dinner.
Oh man, we got an edgy joke here. I don't know if I want to put this on the
Yeah,
screen,
do
but
it.
Ta-Nehisi Coates is working on the sequel, Captain America: White Supremacy.
Maury! I see him in chat.
Oh, Maury. Oh, God. Now it's stale.
Maury.
Maury!
Oh, well. Moriki Opa.
Oh,
Bone
dude.
Daddy, show feet, please. Oh, that's rough.
That's
But
Maury.
you
So
Oh.
Mad Maury's one of our patrons. He's a really successful Twitch streamer. He's actually the inspiration behind the Mad Maury pizza variant.
Yep.
So always great to have him around. He usually brings like 10,000 people with him.
Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate you showing up. Come on, show those feet, man. You know, he paid to see him.
I'm working on it. Hold on.
The channel.
Oh God,
Hold on, I'm
no,
working on it.
no.
Oh God.
It's gonna be Eodius Lee is leaving the chats. Thank you very much for showing up. I believe Eodius is in Singapore, so that's awesome.
Bone Dad just got you.
It's turned into a foot fetish channel so subtly.
Yeah, you remember WCW, like the finger of death?
Yes, the finger poke of doom.
Yeah, the finger poke of
Yes.
doom. Like that's
Absolutely.
this is the finger poke of doom.
Oh,
It's the old school, back on Zach's when Zach was still doing live streams, the foot hijab.
Yep. The Montreal foot job.
Thanks for seeing you. There you go.
Oh shit. So if you guys don't know this and you ever want to fuck with Brian, he hates feet. He fucking hates feet. Keep that in mind.
Oh, see, Brian and I are like we're separated at birth because I hate feet too.
Wow, because you're like the fetish king. I knew a lady at work that hated the word moist.
Oh, I
I
have a friend who hates the word moist for some weird reason.
It's like the weirdest thing ever. We're like, man, this cake is so moist, and she's like, don't say that.
There's a couple of girls that I know that hate the word moist.
It's a terrible word.
Why? Why is it a terrible word? I don't get it.
I don't like the "oi" sound.
yeah, it's the way it sounds.
The what sound?
Anything, the "oi" sound.
The what?
Like if I
Moist.
foisted something on you, you wouldn't like that either.
What's that?
If you foisted me, I foisted you.
I don't like that sound. It just hits the ear wrong.
That's
It's
so fucking
offensive
weird.
to all of the senses.
No, it okay.
It also goes along with a lot of usually unpleasant sentences, like, I came back from that con very moist, or I rode the subway all day and now I'm very moist. I need to change
All
my
right.
clothes because I'm moist.
Okay, all right. Let's
I do want to
bring it
say
back
thank
around.
you very much to Maury for the super chat support of the channel. I hope you enjoy the feat that you've seen. But we do have a question. What are your thoughts on Kickstarter laying off half its employees? I know there's been a lot of talk about, this is, go get woke, go broke. do you think this is a get woke, go broke, or do you think this is just coronavirus? Less people are starting projects right now because they don't think people have money.
You could run Kickstarter without a fucking office. That's all I'm fucking saying. All right. Yeah. It's super weird that they're laying off people. Like, we don't want you to wake up and log on to your computer today, so we're gonna have to fucking lay off. That doesn't make sense to me. You don't need an office to run that shit.
No, it's all, there's fewer projects going through the system right now.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, there's fewer projects, so they're making less money, so they're laying off people.
I don't understand why everybody's taking this as a comic thing. 90% of what Kickstarter does has nothing to do with comics.
I bet it's way more than that, because some of those projects get funded at millions
and millions of dollars.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's people making movies. There's people making, building tech gadgets. There's people building, friggin' cars.
And most things are not comics.
Yeah.
As it turns out in life. I mean, I know the comic channel comics, but most things are not comics in life. It'll be okay. And
so if anything, I think the comics represents less than 10% of the entire platform.
Yeah.
Less than 5.
I'd say less than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that video recently about how Disney was having problems with their theme parks, and then Universal was having problems with their theme parks, and they're losing a lot of money. They're like, it's because of SJW, comics. I'm like, I honestly, while I do agree that is a problem, I really think this might just be coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just they're not making as much money. They have an opportunity to shed some staff. A lot of companies are doing this, especially the ones. If you didn't take that government money, then you're free to lay people off whenever you want. So people are going to do it. It's I don't know. It sucks, but it's like to claim this is because of New Warriors. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think if you're looking for nothing but SJW related things, you're going to find SJW related things and things that don't exist. It's obviously, running a theme park has a lot of overhead, and they're not making that daily overhead to keep it running. So it only makes sense to just lay people off until the time comes for them to open the parks back up.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you need to? Nobody's running the rides. Nobody's sweeping it up. There's no little kids barfing on things. I mean, what are these people going to do? Just wander around like zombies in the park? I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But
clean some bird poop.
And Mr. Biggins is claiming, Kickstarter is the only crowdfunding platform that has a union. Do you think that was part of it as well?
Yeah, it could.
That could have been it. But man, what if RAGS went to Disneyland?
We should absolutely do that. Absolutely.
Season 3.
4.
Oh, season 4, yeah, because season 3 has to be Death by Watermelon.
No, the watermelon. I'm gonna have to go retouch some stuff to make sure there's a watermelon in every scene.
Oh my god.
But it could have been due to the union. I know unions are not popular for most companies that don't pay their employees a livable wage, but there's so much that we don't know that I don't think it's right to make assumptions about what happened with Kickstarter.
Well, I mean, they basically said that there were less projects coming through, so they couldn't, there's less income, less revenue coming through. So that seems to be a large part of it. Ryan Wilson here, friend of the channel, has said, if get woke, go broke were true, how come Democrats, the media, Hollywood, social media, and the rest of Silicon Valley is doing fine despite being woke for years? Well, I don't know, Perch, is that I'm sorry, Trent, is that a legit question?
Well, I mean, Democrats they're the face of the Democrats is the get woke scene, but in all honesty, Democrats are run by liberal corporate shills, so that's how they're staying in power and keeping everything running. And the people who are all woke in the Democratic side, they're just simply the face as of right now. The fucking Democratic Party is still the same as it was and has been for fucking ever.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems like they have an agenda, or they're propped up by keeping people in conflict with each other. So you need to have two sides, and you push one side so that there can always be a conflict. So what I mean?
I think that's how they wanted to look, especially now. They're just trying to keep up with the times, and in all honesty, it's still people like fucking Biden running the scene behind it, or Hillary and shit. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest. At this fucking point, if we just removed everybody who's currently in there and has been in there forever, I'd probably fucking throw votes to the Get Woke crowd simply just to have fresh fucking blood. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but I'm just tired of these old fucking hacks who've been in politics. But that really bangs on to the Silicon Valley shit as well. Honestly,
it's everywhere. I mean,
yeah.
And go woke or broke. It's a fun catchphrase, but the reality is lots of things make lots of money, and shitty woke things make no money. It's like it's just shit makes no money. People are saying, look at New Warriors and the reaction that it proves that go woke doesn't work. But that comic looked terrible. Forget about the woke part. It just looked terrible.
Yeah,
that's just it.
Even the woke crowd was dunking on it pretty bad.
Everybody was.
They hated it more than anybody.
To a response to Trevor McGuire, I'm not saying the Republicans aren't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the Get Woke thing is just it's fake. It's just a face.
Sure.
I'm not going any further into it. I'm just saying that's what it is.
He's right though. I mean, the current two-party system is a total sham.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they both won. I mean, all this stuff aside, the Democrats love Trump because he is a great fundraiser, and the Republicans love AOC because she's a great fundraiser. They love this stuff. They went away. They would not know what to do with themselves.
Absolutely, and I don't think actually Hollywood's doing so well. It seems like they're actually kind of in bad shape because I don't think they've had revenue in like 2 months now. So.
Hollywood has kind of gotten to the point where the only thing they have at this point are tent poles. They don't have the old style of having a couple of tent poles and a bunch of decent mid-budget movies that make okay money. That's over. Now it's just tent poles. Period. That's it.
Tent poles and remakes. It's kind of like the same way. It's kind of like the same thing with like comics and TV now. Like they don't really have any new IP that they're comfortable enough with taking a risk on, and so no one takes any risk. You don't get any new stories. You don't get any new perspectives on things.
It's
and that's kind of why we're doing our comic like the way we're doing it. I can't tell you how many times people told me like nobody would ever buy this nonsense and this wouldn't work, and I just said, well, challenge accepted. As long as this ginger chick in Pennsylvania doesn't sue me, I'm good.
I still might, to be honest. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, well, I'm taking back my Mother's Day gift.
Unfortunately for you, you signed that AP contract, so you're fine.
Yeah. You're under contract.
Your face is now Brian's face. Just saying.
This is something I've actually noticed. This is from Dion. He says he finds the projects we love tag on certain Kickstarter projects disingenuous. Like, are they really based on quality and merit, or is it just a certain match on opinions, or something that the people at Kickstarter want to push forward? Brian, what are your thoughts on that? Because I think that most of the time I look at those, it's nothing I'm interested in.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's nothing I'm interested in personally, but I think it's slightly disingenuous. But then also sometimes you will find a project that does have some level of quality and merit. My friend Raven, who was a Marine, she's now the colorist on the book. Her project Machi was spotlighted on Kickstarter and on Indiegogo. So sometimes it looks like they do just find a project and whatever random Kickstarter employee just found that and was like, oh, it's his favorite. So, I'm going to back it and shill that. So I think that's what happens. I'm not sure if it does match certain opinions, but I have seen creators who have good quality work, good quality art, their projects are shoved like way in this back corner of Kickstarter or Indiegogo just because of whatever's like inside the content. But like the art looks good, the story looks good, but it doesn't match a certain, I guess, threshold of whatever. It's really tough to say that it's fully one way or the other.
Yeah,
it's weird. Tim Lim, I think I don't know if he got spotlighted in the projects we love, but he certainly was in like the projects that were doing well segment, when he went on Kickstarter. And that doesn't really, if you think about the politics side, it probably doesn't match up exactly with what Kickstarter wants to promote, but he actually ended up doing very well on there. He's kind of the canary in the coal mine, whether or not, projects that were successful on Indiegogo could kind of move over to Kickstarter with Common America.
Yeah, it's just like with a lot of these platforms. I know there are some people who rock the boat, if you will, and so they bring a lot of attention to themselves, and then they get shit canned. But I don't know. I've also seen people who have not the right politics be extremely successful on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Patreon. Like, I'm still surprised I haven't gotten kicked off of Patreon yet. But I guess it really.
I don't think Patreon can kick us off after the shit they put us through multiple times.
Right. Yeah. So,
Perch still here.
Which
He's
Perch?
Real Perch.
Oh, for love of God. Okay. Yeah. No, he's here. I'm here.
Sorry, dude.
No, I've been drinking West Dock. See, I don't even know.
I'm really happy that Perch is committed to this bit.
Listen, guy.
I don't know. Kickstarter and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's an algorithm in a lot of these cases. They're just trying to do what people aren't putting a lot of thought into this stuff. I think on the tech side, people believe that in the background that there's like all this thought and people are coding stuff and it's really well put together. And in reality, it's just the sloppiest shit you've ever seen. It's people are throwing stuff out and it's not nearly as thought through as people think.
I don't think most of the people that are running any of these things they don't have any objective standards. It's just whatever looks to pique their interest that day.
Yeah.
When it comes to gatekeeping or, approving, not approving, it's just whatever they're pissed off about, they'll take it out on something else.
Yeah. And that's where I think, with the get woke and all that kind of stuff, I think that people believe that there's some kind of master plan, like somewhere in the Marvel headquarters, there's like Santa Amanat and Joe Quesada are sitting around a table like, how can we fuck the Republicans today? And it's like you look at some of the publishing decisions that are some of the stupidest, least thought out. You look at mails that come out, you look at leaks that some dumbass sent a spreadsheet they shouldn't have sent someplace, and you're like, you really think these people are evil criminal masterminds trying to wreck the world? They can't be both. You can't be stupid and a mastermind.
If anything, they're wrecking things just by being stupid.
Yes, it's that. There's definitely a lot of that.
I've also seen there are more people in the industry now that I've been around the block a little bit. There's more people in the industry that actually get put out, not necessarily for their views, but because they can't hit a deadline.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of that. And it's not as fun. I know it doesn't make cool videos and all the rest, but it's people who hand in other shit. The other one that happens a lot is somebody will get commissioned for a gig. They'll start working on it. They'll then get commissioned for a better gig. They'll drop the first one, pissing off that group and annihilating that work. And ultimately that catches up on them. But that happens all the time.
Yep. I have Streets of Rage.
We do have a $20 super chat from Kenneth Dowling. And I do like this question. Could the panel please answer for me? What was it about Tom King that excited people when he jumped onto Batman? My opinion, his stint on Batman is one of the worst comic runs of all time. He ruined my favorite superhero. So you have to think about before he jumped on there, he had a very well-received run on Vision. He actually made that character pretty cool, and he did a good job on that. I don't personally like his take on Dick Grayson, where he kind of made Nightwing I think he was Agent 37 or something. He was like a spy. He was a spy. But, Tom King's was in the CIA before he became a comic book writer. So some people thought his take, as somebody that was in the CIA on Batman would be really cool. And if you read the first 3 story arcs, I think it's actually an interesting beginning. It's a different take on the character. You didn't know really where he was going to take it. I personally felt like it kind of ran off the rails at the War of Jokes and Riddles, kind of got better. And then really after the wedding, it fell off the rails. But there was a lot of excitement. And, he was definitely doing something different with Batman. Perch, obviously you were a retailer. What was the feedback you got?
No, it was he came into a lot of buzz on Vision. Not a lot of people saw the Nightwing run, or the Grayson run, I should say, but they were really excited about Vision. He was coming in with a kind of a dark, edgy feel, and I think a lot of people who didn't like Snyder's run wanted to see something different. And so what Tom King was doing with Vision was kind of cerebral, and maybe they thought that was true. And so when it came in initially, it definitely felt, that's a nice icon there. Definitely felt like mixed. I think that it had a good buzz at the beginning. I think the Monsters storyline they did with Hugo and Strange that one just seemed kind of an offbeat one. But the closer they got to the wedding, the more people got disenchanted with it, went off the rails, and then the wedding just pissed off so many people, and then the depression pissed off more people. So there's a lot of that stuff just kind of coming to a head. I think in hindsight, I said this before, and nobody agrees, but if 10 years from now, I don't think we'll see his run as the worst run of all time. I think it will, time will heal it a bit, but mostly it was a lot of other things. Some that had to do with him, certainly, some that had to do with DC's just terrible marketing at the time.
Well, I also don't think it won't be remembered fondly because there's not really a classic story in there.
No,
the biggest one is the War of Jokes and Riddles, and by the time you get to the end of it, like the answer is that basically Batman is an idiot, was played for a fool by Joker and Riddler, and chose a side and started working with criminals.
That's probably the better example of where things, I think, went off the rails. Unfortunately, people compared it to Snyder's 0 year, and that there was a long. I don't know why. In the shop, people were comparing the two. And that's where it just felt like it was off in the way. And the confession to Catwoman on the bed, it just didn't play well. And so I don't think it's going to be remembered fondly, but I also think kind of the rage and the real pissed off people, I think that's going to go away over time.
Yeah, well, hopefully, not my favorite run. What were you saying, Brian?
Well, I was just going to touch upon like the wedding issue, and especially it's more eye-opening now hearing those comments from Dan Didio that, his belief that superheroes should never be happy doing the things that they do. If anybody believed that Batman and Catwoman were ever going to get married, I mean, you kind of did play yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man got married, they retconned that, and there hasn't been a good, positive superhero relationship showed, I think, outside of Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. I think that's been like the only marriage.
Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and Superman Rebirth was
but then that got duped.
Short-lived. I mean,
short-lived.
Lots of
2 years.
Good ones.
But I think Luke Cage and Jessica Jones has been like the longest ongoing comic book marriage. I was gonna say Ant-Man and Wasp, but even that ended in a backhand.
Well, I think you got nice. I think that you got Reed Richards as well, but even though they choose to fuck around with that at various times, it feels like the writers would really, really like to blow that up, but it's one step too far for them.
Right. Well,
I
what about
want
the
to say thank
Fantastic
you very
Four?
much,
Well, they
Kenneth
always have...
Howling, for the super chat. That was very generous.
Yeah, Arthur Curry and Mara is true, although they've been dinking around with that too lately. And
she's the queen, and he was like an outcast by the end of Dan Abnett's run.
Yeah,
Rogue and Gambit are still.
Yeah, that's on again, off again. Yeah,
it's on again, off again. I think Sue cheated on Richard with Namor
and Doom.
Yep.
Namor's pretty hot, dude. What are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't know. Those wings
got the
don't
ears,
really do
man.
it for me.
It's those ankle.
It's those ankle wings. They just
All right, Doc. So Dion's asking, what are your thoughts on Dawn of X as it is so far? Do you imagine an epic battle between heroes and Moira McTaggart?
My thoughts on it so far are underwhelmed. I wish I could be appropriately whelmed, but I am underwhelmed at this point. And you know what? They need to actually do something with Moira because she's basically been invisible since,
like trapped in a hole.
Yeah, there's no. They haven't even really addressed her since House of X, Powers of X. So everything's just kind of, it's like they're all in a holding pattern. They foreshadowed it in there, and we're just sitting here waiting. and waiting and waiting, and hopefully they'll eventually get to something. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's been disappointing as well. It feels like everything's kind of attached to each other. So once X-Force gets really good, they have to hold off for like 2 months. Well, X-Men kind of ramps up, and while the another story of Marauders is happening, and it doesn't seem to have synced well. Brian, you were about to talk. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I was about to say like the problem is like you have like a book like Dawn of X, and it's one giant X-Men event, and then you have all these other sub X-Men books coming out all at the same time that really just need to be desynced from each other and be like their own little individual universes. Marvel is really big on making sure that everything from Spider-Man to Iron Man to X-Men to the Inhumans is all connected in one giant world. And the story architect for this giant universe is not handling each of those things well. But if Dawn of X was just its own self-contained universe, it would work a lot better than what's working now.
All right, Perch, what do you think about that? And is Jonathan Hickman dropped the ball a little bit? Because I actually agree with that.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think, I mean, this if you look at the Avengers run he did, it was kind of similar, and he let a bunch of big things up, and then it kind of went quiet a little bit, and he brought it up again. And I think right about now he'd be ramping with the next part of the storyline, the next part of his kind of bigger piece. And of course, the comics got shut down, so this is getting delayed out. I think, I mean, trying to juggle all these different parts would be difficult in any normal world, but in his past, when he did this with the Avengers, he had a lot more control over what Nick Spencer was doing and even Al Ewing was doing over there to keep it a little bit more in sync. And here, everybody's kind of doing their own thing to an extent, but they're also keeping it connected. It's a wrong mix. So I do think he's dropped the ball. I'm sure it will come back and there'll be a great storyline in some year, but it's a shame.
Yeah, and the other thing is I'm pretty sure this is all going to end up lead up to one big, huge event, which, event spam is really what I believe is killing the industry. Just have one nice solid story that goes on. Yeah.
Yes.
Too many events. I mean, it's funny. I'm doing that series where I'm looking at the Avengers relaunches, and I'd forgotten how many of these stories, like Mighty Avengers when Luke Cage did the Heroes for Hire bit. The comic launched in an event. It then had 2 more events in like 14 issues. It then rebooted and launched again an event. And if you just take the things that weren't part of an event, you had like 8 issues total out of 20. And it was just disruptive and a mess. And I think Marvel seems to be steering more and more and more into that.
So let's not get too into the weeds on Dawn of X, because that would take us well past our program schedule. I know, Perch, you're about to leave us. Do you have any comic book recommendations if people want to binge comics? We're coming out of the quarantine. Things are starting to ramp up, but we still have time to read comics.
You read RAGS. You absolutely read RAGS. That's the recommendation. That's the only recommendation. Just read RAGS.
All right, Perch, if you want to buy the RAGS like digital platform, like how does it work? If I buy like the RAGS like the digital subscription, when they come out with a new one, how much do I have to pay for the next issue?
This should be to Brian, I think, personally.
No, you got it.
Brian, how much is the next issue?
Okay, so if you buy like our digital collection, right now it's sitting at I think $6.99. If you buy that, it will automatically update at no cost.
Okay, so it's free if you buy the digital collection now. As you add issues, it just adds on to your collection.
Correct.
Yeah. Which is
Perch, how amazing is that? Should everyone be trying that that approach?
You're insane if you don't get on this. I mean, it's a very good deal, and they're here, I know, but still, it's a very good deal, and you get a lot of comic books. And yeah, I think a lot of indie publishers should do this. I think if you're Marvel and you're wanting to do Outlawed or you're doing some kind of event, why not have one price and then add on? I mean, this is a good model, and it's a model that you see in Japan a lot. It's a model you see in other regions of the world. It's definitely something that's good here, and it's a great deal for RAGS.
Mm-hmm. Well, Perch, I do appreciate you took over the realm, or you took over the reins to the stream. As I was off looking at a fire, we lost power here, and it was basically a shit show for the beginning. Yeah. You held the channel up, and I really appreciate that. And thank you very much, my good sir.
Yeah, no, it's good talking to you guys and the Rags team and Brian, Trent, Liz, always. And it was a shit show, so you don't thank me too much.
I apologize for nothing. I'm sorry for this gets demonetized. I really am.
Oh no, it's fine. It's got to be demonetized probably, but we'll test them out. They're going to have to review it manually one way or the other.
That first 2 hours.
Yeah, it's
first 5 watermelon jokes.
So, Liz, we're coming up on the end of the show, and I do want to ask you. I've seen times when people might attack Brian or they might attack Trent on Twitter or other social media platforms, and you were like Mama Bear. You jump on people, and you are claws out. You have the fangs going, and you rip into people. What is it about these numbskulls that makes you react like that?
Oh gosh. I am just oh god. I'm very protective of my friends in general, but especially these guys. And especially the comic. It means a lot to me personally. Which is probably silly and sappy and goofy, but I'm not the healthiest person. I have lupus, and I've had a lot of restrictions in my life and a lot of struggles because of it. And it's very exciting to me to see this character that looks like me and talks like me to be a badass and to overcome something as well. I feel like in a way I'm watching my journey through what she's going through, even though it's two totally different things. And when someone comes in and tries to attack the guys just because of what she looks like, it's like, no, no, not my boys. There's a lot more to this comic, and I've never enjoyed people judging something based entirely off the cover, even though we kind of set it up that way.
The whole book's designed to troll everybody.
Maybe a little bit intentionally, but still, the point of it is that there's so much more to it than just that.
So, Brian, as a very
bastardized
masculine male, you were in the Army. I think you're still, in the National Guard. Does it affect you when Big Sister shows up and pulls the claws out and rips into people when they come out of line on you, brother?
Oh, not at all. When Liz comes out, I mean that you signed your own death warrant at that point. We try to do our best to save people. Like, I probably even shouldn't talk about this. Like, our French publisher made a little snafu, right? It's just this little minor snafu, and I sent the email like, hey, can we get this fixed? And their response was, lol, oops. And Liz just responds with this very
let's look at this. I got the little snafu right here.
Yep. So Liz just shoots her response out, and the next second, the absolute next second, it's, don't worry, we'll correct this. Like, please don't.
So they back down in the matter of seconds.
Matter of seconds.
Yeah.
I like to. It may not be known, but I'm really like I think I'm the more evil one. Trent's the nice one. I'm the real evil one.
Look. I'm not the nice one. I'm just.
You are the nice one. It's already been decided.
God damn it.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, Trent's more laid back. I'm no. I'm just. Cat.
Brian is. Imagine like Brian as a dwarf who's in plate mail that has nothing but blights on it. Brian just runs and jumps into shit without thinking. Tend to be a little more meticulous and calculated about it, right? Brian is just like fucking. He's
Leroy Jenkins.
No, he's like Hulk, and you're Captain America.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Liz is the Black Widow, coming in just murking everything when you've gone too far behind the scenes. I'll never forget the what was that guy who was like he was sitting there, he was talking so much stuff, and then Liz was just countering like, please stop talking about me, and he kept commenting. She's like, did you read the book? And then she sends him the book, and then he responds with, I'm sorry, then he deletes his account.
Yeah.
Like,
What kind of account was this? Was this a Twitter account?
This is
Yeah,
Twitter.
it was a Twitter
It was a
account.
Twitter account, and it was like another military person too, just like taking
Yeah.
the shit at us.
He got disappeared.
Yeah, like honestly, I have no problem. Like some problems are handled better by certain people, and I don't mind if Trent's got to step in and handle certain things because I can't handle it, or if Liz has to step in and handle things because I can't handle it. It's all about your friends. It has nothing to do with your masculinity or whatnot. A good friend will tell you when they need help, and an even better friend will step in and help you when they see you struggling and you're not even asking for it. So all three of us are friends, and we'd probably be drinking buddies if we lived closer.
Yeah.
But it's not a thing. Despite me being in the military or whatnot, Liz.
No,
Liz is
I've always been
friend.
impressed. As a military man myself, I retired as a master sergeant. And one of your jobs, once you become an NCO, a senior NCO, is to look out for your people and you fight for them. And it feels like Liz is the master sergeant here, because if anyone goes after her boys, her NCOs, she's on them like white on rice. It's not even funny. I feel bad for the
operator
people
on this
doing
watermelon.
God damn.
She's
I've never let this go. No, but
Never.
that's
does
the
not let
watermelon?
anything happen. She's all over it, and I think it's cool. I always appreciate that, because behind every great man is a great woman, and behind those two great men is a great woman. It seems like.
Yeah. That's true. I can't say anything that'll. I'll just agree with it. No, because
All right,
I'll
Doc.
start getting sappy. I'll start getting sappy.
Oh.
here.
Aw.
We don't want that
Everybody
shit.
wants to be
So
crying.
Doc, I know you're a huge fan of RAGS. I believe you've been supporting the project like almost from day one. What are your impressions of RAGS and the team here, finally getting them on the channel and talking them all this bullshit?
You know what? I wasn't on day one. It was I think I was like maybe 3 months in, and I was just kind of watching, and I kept seeing them, kind of pushing the book, and I'm like, it looks good, but I don't know. It was an indie book, and I'm like, screw it, I'll check it out. And I read it, and I'm like, this is the best shit I've ever read.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. What in the hell was I so reluctant about?
Oh.
And I got on board, and it's just, they're great guys. They're funny as hell to watch. All of you guys. Good. You guys so easy to get along with. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
most
it's
part.
not
Doc's
hard.
been with us during like the really rough patches, and we apologize for that. But
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't. I think it's all great.
I don't care. I mean, it's these guys are great. They're good people to spend time around. They're great creators. They're they have their eye on the ball. They have a great idea of they're just doing things their own way and not feeling like they need to, I don't know, conform to anybody's standards, and that's kind of really fucking awesome.
Yeah. We got a punk rock's dying out, man. We got to keep it alive somehow, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we do have a $5 super chat from Club Cosplay, the Nerds Nightclub. My LCS is open. Shout out to SoCal Games and Comics in Temecula, California. Also, I believe the home of Dan Hollywood Henderson, I believe, one of my favorite fighters in MMA history. Good dude. I believe was he an Olympian or was he an alternate? I can't remember. But yeah, I think he was as well. But that's awesome, and hopefully your comic shop is doing well. Hopefully everyone's comic shop is starting to open up and we can get back into comics, because this is what we're all here for. This is what we're passionate about, and I'm just telling you right now, if you get out of line with Brian, if you get out of line with Trent, you're gonna get the horns. And Liz will be there, is basically that shadowy figure behind them that's like the boss, right?
Yeah, like I just want to put this in perspective. She's an Eagles fan. These are guys that will burn down their own city if they lose, And they will
win.
also burn
Or
down their
win.
own city if they win.
You
So
guys have a jail in your stadium. So
That was an old stadium. That's not current.
Now they got a prison.
I think it was in Philadelphia when Stone Cold Steve Austin stunned Santa Claus, and the entire crowd erupted in cheer.
Oh shit!
yeah, I mean, you guys
Yeah.
did throw batteries at him too.
No, you know what? You don't know the whole story.
Oh boy!
Santa Claus had it coming.
Oh
I
no!
don't
No!
care. You
It
threw
wasn't even
batteries
Santa
at-
Claus. They got some skinny little fuck out of the fucking the crowd. He was just he was not a real Santa Claus. He was just some fan who showed up dressed as Santa, and he was drunk, and all they had to do was lose that game, and we would have had OJ, which, yeah, okay, fine, in hindsight, like, it was a good thing that we didn't get him, but the draft was coming up, and all we had to do was lose, and they decided to start winning, and then they brought out this little skinny guy because Santa couldn't make it because it was snowing. It's you don't know the facts.
Somehow this excuses batteries and Santa. I don't know.
It wasn't really Santa.
It wasn't the real Santa. Doc, what the hell, man?
And now
It
you
was
see
an
why I chose her as my
imposter.
inspiration.
I'm a little leery. Look, when I was in Philly, all it was fucking people in Philly talking shit about my Minnesota accent the whole time. I'm like, look, I'm just trying to give you fucking money. Are you really talking shit right now? Y'all motherfuckers are nasty up there. Fucking mean assholes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we suck.
I
It
just
was like-
remember, what was it, 2009, putting a Penn's jersey over the Rocky statue.
Oh God.
During the
Can we talk
playoffs.
about that? Hang on. Why do
People
you guys
always-
have a Rocky statue? Didn't you guys have an amazing boxer come from Philly and you erect a fucking Rocky statue?
Yeah, we did.
Why?
He's
Fucking
an Oscar
why?
nominee, bro.
Oh my god.
That shit
He fought
matters.
Ivan Drago.
That's our culture. You shut your mouth.
Is
But
fiction.
you have a legitimate badass boxer.
Their culture is fiction in Philadelphia. It's okay.
I can't.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I'm glad that we went off the rails so we can finish up the stream here. Unfortunately, Perch isn't with us; he had to step out, and but I do appreciate everything that he did for us today. Obviously, I had a lot of problems. The fire appears to be put out. I don't hear any popping anymore. The internet
shit.
is back, so I'm glad I got to end up here with this this very fun stream. Had a great time. Liz, first time on the channel, very much appreciated. You're absolutely a sweetheart at looking over these two fine young men and making sure that they stay in line. If you had a recommendation, whether it be comic books, Netflix, something streaming, what should people be reading or watching, during their quarantine?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have a bad habit of just rewatching things I've already seen so that I don't get sucked into them. So I have not watched anything new recently. I usually am just working and I have The Office on in the background.
Boom, The Office. It is. We
So
love The
I'm
Office.
sorry. That's pretty much all I can give you right now.
No, I love The Office. That's a classic show. All right, Brian, what should people be binging right now before we sign off?
You should obviously be reading RAGS, the only official Liz Finnegan fanfic.
Absolutely. And if they go to, what's the website that they need to go to if they want to get the digital version, or maybe they want to get the trade, or maybe some of the singles?
It's newageninjacore.com. I'm going to post the link right in the private chat, right to the digital collection. Boom,
Oh,
there
no.
you go.
Private chat. The people can't even see that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'll-
can't post in.
I put it in. I put it
I've
into the
got it.
regular chat.
Yeah, there you go. Because I
Oh, you
can't
got
post
it
in
in
the
the
regular
regular
chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have posted in regular chat. But yeah, just go there, pick it up, and then hopefully we'll have issue 7 here done pretty soon. And we have a special surprise for those that are on Patreon. We have a bonus side story coming in that's going to be like Patreon only. Hopefully you guys like it. It's going to be pretty dope. It's one of my more sober stories. Yeah.
Boom. And that's going to be a Patreon exclusive.
Yep.
And people can find your Patreon through newageninjacore.com.
Correct. There's a link in the bottom, and then we
Oh.
also have when you buy the digital collection, we have all of our links and information like at the end. So just scroll all the way down to the end, finish reading the story, and Hop in.
Join the Patreon.
Sounds like it's a one-stop shop. Trent, thank you very much for joining the channel. I know it's your first time. You know, you're up there in the great Northwest, I believe, and, you know, doing your quarantine well. What are you reading? What are you binging? What should people be doing these days?
You should watch my streams. When I had a little bit of a hiatus, but watch my stream. You need to watch The Expanse. I'm sorry, if you haven't watched The Expanse, you need to fucking get your life together and
So
watch
that's not
The
on
Expanse.
just Prime anymore. That's on Netflix.
Nope, it's just on Prime. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Daddy Bezos saved The Expanse, so it's just on Prime now. Yeah, I don't know. I watch a lot of The Office on the side as well too.
Oh.
But yeah,
And Neostar Productions, the proud patron of RAGS, and congratulations. That's a great site, and you get so much money or value for your money on their Patreon.
You do.
and you get access to our wildfire that is our Discord server. That's always good.
Which I'm gonna start my own movie nights here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
You are?
Well, what kind of movies are we
Yeah.
talking about? We talking about like Conan, Star Wars? We
Porn.
doing
No.
Big Trouble in Little China? What are we doing?
Debbie Does
Old
Dallas.
school pimp soul movies.
Yeah, like Dolomite.
Dolomite?
Yeah,
Blaxploitation.
Backfoo and shit.
Blaxploitation.
Blackfoo. Yep.
Yep.
You're still gonna come to mine though, right?
Oh, I'm gonna need you to organize this one over here for a little bit too.
Yeah,
so.
where is yours
Oh,
taking
okay.
place at?
On the
Hers is on
stack
Stack Up.
Yeah.
On what? What the fuck
Stack
is Stack
Up.
Up? I don't know
Stack
what
Up.
that
She's gonna. Yeah. Why don't you tell them about Stack Up real quick?
Oh, okay. So I work for Stack Up. It's a military charity that supports active and veteran service members from the U.S. and allied nations by promoting positive mental health and combating veteran suicide through gaming and geek culture.
is. Ooh.
So we have a number of different programs. We have our supply crates, which are video game care packages full of games and consoles that we send to deployed units and veterans in need. We have air assaults, which are all expense paid trips for volunteers and veterans to attend gaming and geek culture events. And we have the SACS program, which is comprised of local volunteer teams who work together to support military personnel and better the lives of veterans in their communities. And then we have our Overwatch program, which is entirely on Discord. It's 24/7 crisis intervention and peer-to-peer mental health support for veterans and civilians alike. And I regularly run game nights and movie nights over on their Discord server. So we get everybody together and just have a good ass time.
Hell yeah.
That is amazing. And I want to say thank you very much. As a veteran myself, you know, as a lot of people on the channel will know, I am retired military. I served almost 21 years in the United States Air Force. I joined in 1996. So I had 4 years of peace before we kind of entered into all this. But
Right.
there are people who joined the military, whether it be Army, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, which I know Brian is not a big
Well,
fan of.
Who?
When they joined, if they've been in 20 years today, they've been in a perpetual state of war. We have been in a conflict for 20 straight years now. And those people, a lot of people need help. There are a lot of mental health issues. There are a lot of people, they don't even have mental health issues, but they just need help. And I really appreciate what you're doing, Liz, and that is fantastic. And let me know how I can support you in the future. And I'm very appreciative for your efforts.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, so I don't want to bring the chat down too much. Doc, what do you recommend right now?
What am I recommending? Other than joining RAG's Patreon, which I am going to highly, highly, highly recommend. You know what? I think would be a really good read for some people. Go read Battle Chasers. I know it's kind of random, but it was Joe Mad, and it was his cliffhanger book. I think that there's a trade paperback of it available.
There is. I got it somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Battle Chasers. Go read some Battle Chasers.
Yeah.
And Invincible. I just finished reading all 12 volumes of the Invincible Ultimate Collection, and goddamn, that was good. It was probably the best superhero comic published in the in this millennium.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, Doc. But I do appreciate you being so enthusiastic about Invincible. I don't like the best in the last millennium.
In this millennium.
Well, that's crazy.
Challenge accepted.
All right, so I'm recommending Wolverine, Enemy of the State. That's what I'm reading right now. I believe it's Mark Millar, John Romita Jr. before he sucked like at the top of his game. Very well illustrated. I'm having a lot of fun reading it. And I think I'm going to have Doc and somebody else on the channel. And we're going to review it next weekend. And we're going to talk all about it. So if you want to talk, have the 411 and be ready for that. It's a little bit bigger book than I was anticipating. I'm having a lot of fun reading that. We got anything going on here? Uh-oh.
Nope. I think
no, we do.
Oh.
We got in the chats, we've got Trent's Twitch channel. Hopefully that shows up. And we got something else.
Stack Up. I dropped the link to Stack Up.
Yeah, I got the stackup.org. There we go.
At Neostar Productions recommends Black Belt Jones, 3 the Hard Way, Hot Potato, Cleopatra Jones, Foxy Cleopatra, Black Samson, 1 Down, 2 to Go, all the Blaxploitation classics.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Fun.
What's the one with the glow?
Last Dragon.
Last Dragon.
Last Dragon. You gotta watch that one. That's amazing.
Which okay. Talk about freaking Easter eggs. There's a lot of Black Dragon Last Dragon Easter eggs in RAGS too. And they're just keep your eye out for it.
Nice.
Boom. Definitely keep your eye out for that. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's all about Poe. The shit show is over.
All right. Wash your ass.
Wash
Watermelon.
Wash
Absolutely.
your ass.